You're watching IGN at San Diego Comic-Con. A brand new season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds is currently airing, and there's another one already in the works, so Star Trek fans have plenty to look forward to. Here to hopefully tease some of what's in store, please welcome Rebecca Romjin, Ethan Peck, Jess Bush, Chistina Chong, and Paul Wesley. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so I didn't have this question on my card until a little while ago, but I have to ask you, puppets. What's going on with the puppets that we were just teased in Hall H?
Well, we know Pike is a puppet.
Yes.
And that's all we know.
That's all we can reveal. Yeah.
Even though you just wrapped on season 4 yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
We shot the episode, but we can't tell you anything about season 4.
Okay. Well, we are just in the midst of season 3. It's really just gotten underway. So, Rebecca, in this week's episode, we saw Una had to discipline Ortegas.
Yes,
so,
for insubordination.
Yes, yeah. So that was a bit rough. What's it like for the character to have to balance friendship with being the boss?
It's interesting for Una, who now is sort of blossoming to the next level of her life now that she's cleared of being an Illyrian and keeping the secret, but to see what kind of a captain Una could potentially be faced with insubordination. And, you know, being fair yet firm, being on the right side of history. So yeah, it's fun to get to discover that side of Una.
Yeah. And this crew is like, there was very much a sense of friendship among everyone. So when a scene like that, it's like, I think you feel it.
Well, Una prides herself on being very connected to her crew. So yeah, it's when to see her come down on someone, we very rarely see anybody come down on anyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun to play.
Usually Pike's just making people omelets and stuff, right?
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
So, Ethan, you've got a pretty intense mind meld scene in this week's episode. Can you tell us what it's like to turn up the heat a little bit like that?
What, you have to remind me.
It's the one with Captain Patel when you're trying to contain the Gorn infection.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the question?
Just what's it like going there with Spock?
Yeah, it feels wrong because he's so contained normally, and so when I have to crank up the emotions, it feels like I've got to be very cautious, and it's precocious because you can get disconnected from who Spock is if you go too far. Yeah, so it's always frightening when I get scenes like that because it feels like not Spock.
Yeah.
So.
And it's a little frightening for the audience too, I think, actually.
That's nice.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Jess, Nurse Chapel has a new boyfriend / fiance, Dr. Corby. Things are definitely going to work out really well with you two, right, moving forward?
Well, I mean, it's kind of written in the stars, isn't it?
Yeah. So for those who don't know, Dr. Corby is a character from the original series, so we know kind of what happens.
Yeah.
What is it like when you know the end of the story in that case?
Well, I mean, I think you've got to do your best to not think about that because Chapel doesn't know that, so I can't really know that, and it's not really helpful to think too hard about that when I'm working.
Yeah.
But in terms of working with Killian, he's wonderful, and our chemistry was so fun, and it makes sense to me that chemistry would lead to something long term.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's the same for your two characters' interactions in that we kind of know what's going to happen there as well.
Yeah.
This like great love story is being told, and yet, yeah. Chistina, you get a murder mystery episode. You guys all do, but you're kind of the lead on that one. But there's a kind of a nerdy question that some fans have been puzzling over, which is why is there a holodeck back in the old days when they didn't really have that on Kirk's Enterprise? So you have to explain it.
You're asking the wrong person. Who would know that? I don't know. What's the answer?
At the end, he said, let's
Put it away.
put it away.
Oh, yeah,
and make
right,
a tiny footnote in small print. It's not ready yet.
Yeah,
Right?
there we go. Thanks, Rebecca.
I should have asked you.
Yeah, I don't know.
I pay attention.
Yeah, I just read my lines.
Yeah, she doesn't read the script. Yeah.
How was it filming that episode?
Oh my God, so much fun. Acting with these guys as different characters. I mean, apart from Ethan.
I'm just Spock.
And getting to do all the dancing with him and...
We did a ton of dance rehearsal.
Yeah, like it was almost every weekend. Saturday and Sunday, some weekends.
Speaking while dancing.
That's the thing. I forgot about that.
I was wondering about that.
Saying technobabble while dancing was
Technobabble while
It's
dancing.
literally like, you know, patting your head and rubbing your tummy but 10 times. It's like, because the thing is, you've only got a certain amount of time to get the line out, right? Because you've got to follow the rhythm of the dance. We're following a 1, 2, 3 with the waltz. And so the line has to come out, but it has to come out organically, but it has to come out in a certain time.
Right.
So that's the tricky
You also
part
have
of
to
it.
match it for the wide.
Exactly, yeah.
Also-
So without making it feel stale.
Right, yeah.
And they chose such challenging dance styles.
Oh yeah, Argentine tango. It's one of the hardest
We're all back there.
Latin dances.
Well, you have a dance background, I think, but
Yeah, I used to be a professional dancer.
Okay.
But I never did Latin ballroom.
but were you a dancer?
But you
I am
studied
now.
some dance, no?
A little bit.
Yeah.
In college.
So good.
Thanks.
So yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Paul, in this episode that's coming, the murder mystery episode, we get to see you doing some Shatnering, which is to say, not obviously you play Captain Kirk and you are your version of Captain Kirk, but in this episode, through a twist that we won't really get into too much, you get to Shatner it up a little bit. So where would you find the line between too much Shatner, too little Shatner, and just the right amount of Shatner?
It was a satirical take on, you know, throughout the years, I think it's been a little bit overblown. You know, the whole sort of, you know, the Kirkisms are sort of like exaggerated through kind of like pop culture. And I wanted to sort of play into that and nod to the audience a little bit while, you know, so there's an absurdity to what I'm doing. The character's absurd, but he's also not, his name's not William Shatner, he's a guy named Maxwell Sain. So it's based on like, it's a bit of just like an actor in the 1960s who's, you know, totally full of himself. And then I wanted to just sort of sprinkle in a little bit, you know, some of the pauses and sort of the cadence and the dialogue. And, you know, let's see if people like it or if they're like, what is
You
this?
pitched it so well. You pitched that
I
level.
pitched it?
So well, where you were
my
like, you know,
God. Thanks,
yeah.
Thanks, Chris. God, she's being so nice to me this time.
Give him a few nights. Yeah,
I'll
I'm
Venmo
saying him up.
you. Yeah, thanks. Keep it
Oh, you
going.
will?
Yes, I will. $20.
you.
Yeah. Hey, well, we'll negotiate. We'll negotiate.
So we know that the show's going to end with season 5 now. This was announced recently. And we know where a lot of you guys are going to end up, which is on the Enterprise. But you two, Chistina and Rebecca, we don't know what happens to your characters except that they're going to leave the Enterprise. Have you talked to Akiva and Henry, the showrunners, about this? You know what's going to happen.
They're about to tell you right now.
So yeah, it's going to involve puppets, I think, right?
You never know.
But I mean, what is that like for you? Because you know that you do have to leave eventually. It's like,
Yeah, I don't want to speak to that. I think talking to Henry and Akiva would be a better way to go.
Okay,
with plans.
let's bring them out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, actually. So, but Paul, does this mean that you will, and you can just confirm, since we're doing full spoilers at this point, the last episode of season 5, you'll be in the chair as the captain?
I plead the fifth, but no, I genuinely don't know. We don't really know anything other than what Henry and Akiva have sort of insinuated, but we don't know. I mean, I obviously canonically, is that's correct word? It's thanks. Canonically, that's what happens, right? But we don't know. I mean, we haven't read a script. We don't know anything. But you know, so we're as excited as the viewers to find out, you know, how it all ends.
Yeah.
/ begins.
And Ethan, does that mean that you're going to be getting more Nimoy-ish now that you know the end point is coming? Are you going to continue to tweak the performance to get to that Spock?
Yeah, I'm going to try to.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, since the very beginning, I've done my best Nimoy. And the writing, I think, really has a lot to do with it as well, because the writing makes room for emotion. And I guess they'll write it in a way that will make less room for it, and it'll just be much more computational.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Jess, who's Christine's best friend on the ship?
Oh, and Benga,
Yeah?
hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a really special
Yeah.
relationship.
Well, you have that history too.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I love working with Babs. He's so beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Christine and Benga are very close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, what have your interactions with Shatner himself been like? Have you?
I have a hilarious history with Bill. I'm going to say Bill.
Bill.
We used to be neighbors in Los Angeles prior to me. But like neighbors meaning like literally I was here and he was here. Like his house looked down to my house, and I had some interactions with him actually because we were neighbors. This was well before I got cast in the show, and then I got cast in the series, and then I've told this story before, so I'll make it super quick. I got on an air. It wasn't announced that I was playing Kirk yet, but I had just shot my first episode, and I got on an airplane, and literally he was on the plane, and my seat was next to him, and I sat next to him, and we chatted. He had just gotten back from space. I mean, the whole thing was so weird. I thought it was like, I literally thought it was like a hidden camera, like Paramount had like, you know, the flight attendant could be like, surprise. But it was just this bizarre coincidence, and
Tell him that you were cast as Kirk.
I may have insinuated, and then the news broke, and then he tweeted, "Take care of my crew and my ship," which I thought was such a classy move on his part, because he didn't have to do that. And I've since seen him at a couple, you know, Comic-Cons and things, and he's always very supportive and lovely. We've had conversations, and you know, I'm just grateful for his support, honestly, more than anything.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Rebecca, we've had a musical, we've had an animated crossover, we're getting puppets, we've got a murder mystery. Is there a genre that you would like to tackle that you guys haven't done yet?
I mean, full-on Western. Christina goes in and pitches more than the rest of us. New ideas about what we should do. But there are so many. I mean, in season 4, we've got several other things that are so exciting.
The RoboCop episode.
That one.
I'd love to do Federation Olympics.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. It could be, do you guys remember the old show from like the 70s, where the sitcom TV stars would compete against each other? It was like
Yes, what was that called?
Really?
Battle of the Stars.
yes, Battle of the Network
Battle
Stars.
of the Network
That's
Stars.
right. Yeah.
You gotta bring
like
that
a
back.
speed episode, like a chase.
Oh.
That'd be good.
Oh yeah, like
Keanu
Fast and
Reeves
Furious.
style
I wanted to do an inner space episode where somebody gets miniaturized and put into somebody else's blood.
Like Honey, I Shrunk the
Or Inner Space. Did you ever see Inner Space starring
No.
Dennis Quaid? Oh God, it's such a good movie.
Wow, that's
No.
a great idea.
Yeah.
Now I gotta see it.
All right, let's do it. Let's have Henry, Akiva, let's do it. Okay, well.
Season 6.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. You can catch new episodes of Star Trek Strange New Worlds every week on Paramount Plus, and you can catch lots more coverage of the strange new world that is San Diego Comic-Con right here on IGN.